Imagine this for a moment. It's the middle of the night. The enemy believes it is completely safe. Their command centers are active. Their radar systems are calm. And deep inside their territory, they feel untouchable. And then, hundreds of kilometers away, somewhere on Indian soil, a massive military vehicle silently moves into position. Within seconds, flames burst into the sky. Rockets roar through the darkness, and targets nearly 300 kilometers away are struck with deadly precision. That is the power of India's newest battlefield system, Suryaastra. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about one of the most talked about developments in India's defense sector, Suryaastra, India's new universal multi-caliber rocket launcher system. Over the past few weeks, this system has grabbed headlines across defense circles, military analysts and strategic experts. But what exactly is Suryaastra? Why is everyone suddenly talking about it? Is it just another rocket launcher? Or is this the beginning of a new era in India's long-range strike capability? Today, in this video, we will understand the complete story behind Suryaastra, what it is, why it matters, how it works, how dangerous it could be on the battlefield, and why many experts believe this could completely transform the way the Indian Army fights future wars. Modern wars are no longer fought only with soldiers and tanks. Today, wars are fought with technology, speed, precision, intelligence, and long-range firepower. The country that can strike first, strike accurately, and strike deeper gains a massive advantage on the battlefield. That is exactly why rocket artillery systems have become one of the most important weapons in modern warfare. If you look around the world, you will notice a pattern. In the Russia-Ukraine war, systems like HIMARS completely changed battlefield dynamics. China is rapidly expanding its long-range rocket capabilities. Russia has heavily relied on rocket artillery for decades. Every major military power understands one thing: long-range precision. Strike systems are the future of warfare.
And now, India is stepping strongly into that future with Suryaastra. So what exactly is Suryaastra? In simple words, Suryaastra is a universal multi-caliber rocket launcher system. Now that sounds very technical, but let's understand it in a simple conversational way. Normally, most rocket launcher systems are designed for only one type of rocket. But Suryaastra is different. This system can reportedly fire multiple kinds of rockets and missiles from the same launcher platform, and that changes everything. Imagine this like a smartphone charger that can charge different devices instead of only one. In the same way, Suryaastra can adapt according to battlefield needs. If the Army needs short-range battlefield rockets, it can use those. If it needs long-range precision rockets, it can fire those. And if it needs deep strike missiles reaching hundreds of kilometers away, the same platform can potentially handle that too. That flexibility is what makes this system so dangerous and so modern. Now imagine a real battlefield scenario. Intelligence reports suddenly reveal that enemy missile batteries are active nearly 250 kilometers away from the border. Earlier, launching an attack that deep would require fighter jets, detailed airstrike planning, and huge operational risks. But with systems like Suryaastra, mobile launchers can rapidly deploy, fire precision strikes, and relocate before the enemy even reacts. This is what military experts call shoot-and-scoot warfare. Friends, according to recent reports, Suryaastra underwent important trials in Chandipur, Odisha. During these tests, rockets with ranges around 150 kilometers and even 300 kilometers were reportedly fired successfully. And trust me, that is not a small achievement. A 300-kilometer strike capability means enemy command centers, logistics hubs, radar systems, air defense units, and ammunition depots far behind the front line can now become targets. And this is exactly why long-range rocket systems are considered game changers. But there's another important thing here: precision. Older rocket artillery systems were mostly used for area bombardment. They were designed to saturate large areas with explosions. But modern systems are evolving. Today's precision-guided rockets can hit specific targets with incredible accuracy. That means fewer rockets, less wastage, and much greater battlefield impact. This is where future warfare is heading. Now let's talk about the multi-caliber concept, because this is one of the biggest highlights of Suryaastra. In war, flexibility is survival. Different battlefield situations require different weapons. Sometimes the Army may need rapid short-range fire support. Sometimes it may need long-range deep strikes. Sometimes it may need precision attacks against strategic targets. Managing multiple launcher systems for every role becomes expensive and complicated. But if one universal platform can perform all those roles, logistics become easier, deployment becomes faster, and battlefield response becomes much more efficient. That's why militaries around the world are moving toward modular weapon platforms, and Suryaastra seems to be India's step in that direction. Now many people are comparing Suryaastra with India's famous Pinaka rocket system. And honestly, Pinaka is already a very powerful indigenous system. It has proven itself multiple times and is one of the major strengths of Indian artillery. But Suryaastra appears to focus more on extended range, multiple munition compatibility, and deep precision strike capability. In simple words, it feels like India is now moving toward the next generation of rocket warfare. And friends, there is another angle to this story that makes it even more important. Atmanirbhar Bharat. For decades, India heavily depended on imported weapon systems. Fighter jets, artillery systems, radar systems, missiles, many critical technologies came from abroad. But over the last few years, India has been aggressively pushing indigenous defense manufacturing. Think about it. Tejas fighter aircraft, BrahMos missile, Pinaka rocket system, Anas Vikrant, advanced drones, and now Suryaastra. India is slowly transforming from one of the world's biggest arms importers into a country capable of designing, manufacturing, and exporting advanced defense systems. And that transformation is historic. Now, reports also suggest that Suryaastra's architecture is influenced by international collaboration and modern launcher concepts already used globally. And honestly, that is how modern defense development works. Even the most advanced military powers collaborate internationally while adapting systems according to their own strategic needs. The important thing is this: India is not simply buying systems anymore. India is learning, adapting, manufacturing, integrating, and building long-term capability. That is the real story here. Now, let's talk about why systems like Suryaastra matter specifically for India. India faces unique security challenges. On one side, there are western borders with constant military tension. On the other side, there are mountainous northern borders with extremely difficult terrain. Traditional artillery has limitations in such conditions. But highly mobile rocket launchers provide rapid deployment and high-impact strike capability. And mobility is extremely important in modern warfare. The moment a launcher fires, enemy surveillance systems immediately try to detect its location. If the launcher remains stationary, it becomes vulnerable to counterattack. That is why modern launch systems operate using the shoot and scoot doctrine. Fire quickly and move immediately. And from available reports, Suryaastra appears designed with this modern battlefield philosophy in mind. But beyond technology, there is also psychological warfare. When an enemy knows that India possesses the capability to strike accurately hundreds of kilometers deep, it changes strategic calculations. Sometimes wars are prevented not by fighting, but by deterrence. Deterrence means making your enemy think twice before taking action. And long-range precision systems create exactly that kind of deterrence. Friends, if you look at India's defense journey over the last few decades, the transformation is incredible. There was a time when India mainly focused on defensive military posture, But today, India is building integrated strike capability, precision weapons, indigenous missile systems, advanced naval platforms, and next-generation battlefield technologies. This is not just modernization. This is strategic evolution. But of course, with such advanced systems comes great responsibility. Long-range strike platforms are extremely sensitive assets. Their use requires strong command systems, advanced targeting intelligence, battlefield coordination, and strategic decision-making, because these systems can influence escalation during conflicts. That is why modern warfare today is not only about weapons. It is about networks, communication systems, satellites, AI-assisted targeting, surveillance, and rapid decision-making. And India is gradually building all these layers together. Personally, what I find most inspiring is that India is no longer satisfied with simply having a large military force. The focus is now shifting toward technological superiority. And history shows us one thing very clearly. The armies that adapt technologically are the armies that dominate future battlefields. And maybe that is exactly why Suryaastra matters so much. It is not just a rocket launcher. It is a symbol of India's changing military doctrine, a symbol of technological confidence, a symbol of indigenous capability, and perhaps a glimpse into the future of Indian warfare. So, friends, what do you think about Suryaastra? Do you believe systems like this can become game changers for the Indian Army? Could this mark the beginning of a new era in India's long-range battlefield capability? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this detailed storytelling style video, then don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss more powerful defense stories and military technology breakdowns like this. Jai Hind.